Inquiring minds want to know, which do you prefer? Slippery and wet or rough and grippy?
Slippery and wet.
Why?
Because it feels good. What are we talking about?
Slippery and wet or rough and grippy?
I like it rough and gritty. The rougher the better.
Slippery and wet. It has to be wet, right? Then you can talk.
Slippery and wet or rough and grippy?
That's a good question. I think rough and grippy.
Why?
Because of the roughness. You know? Gotta get that grip. Gotta get that grip on those on the ground, you know?
I guess rough and grippy because, you know, it's more, you can push harder, and I like to push really hard.
Slippery and wet.
Why?
Who the hell wants it dry?
I'm kind of dirty, I like slippery and wet.
Why?
Just easier, I like to glide on in.
Slippery when wet.
Why?
Because you can move around nice.
In what context? I don't know. No?
Whatever context you like to tell.
Slippery and wet, I guess.
Why do you like slippery?
It sounds better.
Rough and grippy.
Why?
I just think it makes for more interesting drifting on the show. I think people automatically assume that just because it's raining, drifting would be better, but I've seen some pretty crazy drifting competitions and crashes when it's dry and grippy, so there we go. Am I good? Am I good?
I'm Tony Angelo, and I rep Scion Racing and Hoonigan and the general East Coast.
What do you guys talk about? Slippery and wet or rough and grippy?
Hi!